Hello, and welcome to Waking Up with Wisdom. Today, I'm sharing a profound story that shows us the hidden power of karma and how it can shape our lives in ways we might not expect. Once upon a time, in the heart of a remote mountain range, there lived two monks, an old and wise master, and his young, eager disciple. The two lived a simple, yet fulfilling life in a small monastery tucked away in the peaceful wilderness. The elder monk was known throughout the region for his deep wisdom and mastery of meditation. He would often sit in profound, silent contemplation for hours or even days at a time, diving into the mysteries of life and the universe. Through his dedicated practice, he had developed an ability to glimpse the future, seeing events that were yet to unfold. One day, during one of his long meditative states, the old monk had a startling vision. His beloved young disciple, who had been like a son to him, was destined to die in just 8 days. This revelation weighed heavily on the master's heart. He cared deeply for the young monk, who had been under his tutelage for many years. Knowing what was about to happen, the old monk decided he would give his disciple a final chance to enjoy life and visit his family. With a gentle yet solemn tone, the old monk called the young monk over. "Brother," he said, "I am giving you an 8-day holiday. You should go home to your village and visit your family, your mother, and your father." The young monk, unaware of the gravity of his teacher's words, was overjoyed. "Really? Thank you so much, Shifu. I've been longing to see them, and this is a wonderful opportunity," he said, excitement lighting up his face. The old monk nodded, but with a seriousness in his voice, he added, "Remember, my dear disciple, you must return in exactly 8 days. Be sure to come back." The young monk, filled with gratitude, promised to return as instructed. "I will, Shifu. Please take care of yourself while I'm away," he said, and with that, he set off down the mountain path. As the young monk disappeared into the distance, the old monk stood at the entrance of the monastery, watching with a mixture of sadness and love. He knew the young monk had only 8 days left, and his heart ached at the thought of never seeing his devoted disciple again. But he also trusted the universe and its workings, hoping that there might still be some unexpected twist of fate. The young monk walked for miles through the scenic mountain landscape, filled with excitement and joy at the thought of reuniting with his family. After a while, he reached a quiet stream, surrounded by lush greenery, where the clear water sparkled in the sunlight. Feeling thirsty from his journey, the monk knelt down to drink, but something at the edge of the stream caught his eye. There, near the water's edge, was an ant colony, an entire world of tiny creatures bustling in and out of their little home. The young monk watched in fascination as the ants worked diligently, completely absorbed in their tasks. But then, something alarming happened. The monk noticed that the water level in the stream was starting to rise. Slowly but surely, the stream was swelling, and soon, the ants' colony would be submerged. "Oh no," thought the monk. "If the water continues to rise, these poor ants will drown." He quickly realized that the recent heavy rains upstream were causing the water to rise downstream, threatening to flood the ants' home. Without hesitation, the young monk leaped into action. Taking off his robe, he filled it with hard soil and stones, and he began to build a small barrier around the ants' nest. He worked quickly and skillfully, constructing a wall to block the water from reaching the ants. Not only did he manage to save the ants by stopping the flood, but he also diverted the flow of the water to a safe area downstream. Thanks to his quick thinking and compassion, the ants were spared from certain death. Satisfied with his efforts, the young monk continued his journey home, his heart light and his spirit full of joy. He spent the next few days with his family, cherishing every moment. They shared meals, stories, and laughter, and the young monk felt a deep sense of fulfillment during his visit. Meanwhile, the old monk remained in the mountains, his heart heavy with sorrow. He walked through the monastery's gardens, reflecting on the young monk's impending fate. He had prepared himself to say goodbye, but still, the thought was unbearable. On the 8th day, he took a walk through the forest, anticipating the return of his disciple. As the sun began to set, the old monk was startled by a familiar sound, the cheerful humming of the young monk, making his way up the path to the monastery. The old monk's heart leapt with joy and surprise. The young monk was alive and well, smiling as he approached. The old monk, astonished by what he saw, immediately asked his disciple, "What happened during your journey? Tell me everything." The young monk excitedly recounted the events of his trip, his time with his family, and the moment he saved the ants from drowning at the stream. As the old monk listened, a sense of understanding dawned upon him. He realized that the young monk's compassionate act had altered the course of his fate. By saving the lives of the ants, the young monk had created such immense positive karma that it had extended his own life. The old monk's eyes softened with warmth and pride. He understood now that even the smallest act of kindness can have far-reaching effects, changing not only the world around us but also our own destiny. This story teaches us an invaluable lesson. In life, every small, compassionate action matters. The young monk's seemingly insignificant act of saving the ants had a profound impact on his karma and his life. We often underestimate the power of small deeds, but every kind gesture we make sends ripples into the world and comes back to us in ways we cannot predict. The lesson here is simple. By cultivating good deeds and living with compassion, we can positively influence not just our lives but the lives of others. Karma is a powerful force, and when we live with kindness, it returns to us in unexpected and beautiful ways. So, no matter how small an action may seem, whether it's helping a stranger, caring for an animal, or simply being kind, remember that these moments of goodness shape your future and the world around you. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, creates positive karma and can change our lives for the better. By living with compassion and performing good deeds, we not only uplift the world around us but also shape our own destiny. This is Waking Up with Wisdom Stories. Thank you for watching and stay blessed.